So, guys, welcome back to the channel. So, I have this very disheartening story. In South Africa, right now there's the Miss South Africa pageant going on, and there's 30 contestants. Whoever win this competition will represent South Africa in the Miss Universe upcoming Miss Universe pageant. Why is this important? Because of blatant racism going on by our own. We are being racist against ourselves. She's a born South African, but her mother and father are so they call them foreigners. Her father is Nigerian and her mother is from Mozambique. And because of this, they are saying she's not South African and she cannot represent them on the world stage. This is what some of the citizens are saying. They even go as far as having a petition online. Take a look at it. That's it there. Imagine that. Let's read it. South Africans petition to remove her name is kind of difficult. Chidimma Adesini from Miss South Africa pageant amid heritage controversy. But the good news is only a few thousand people signed this petition. This means majority of the country does not buy into this because there's millions of people in South Africa. There's only a few thousand, maybe like 4,000 or so. All of them signed this petition. So that's good news. But it made world news because imagine this: you have us, and let me put up some pictures of her. That's her. Look how beautiful this young lady is. And you're telling me she doesn't represent South Africa. She's not high color, she's not white. She's just right. Because there is colorism going on here as well. Because how is it you're gonna tell me someone who was born in South Africa from African parents is not South African? I understand where some people are coming from about the lineage, but every lineage typically can start somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere. It could be the 15th century, the 16th century, but there's always one, and then it continues from generation to generation. So I understand that line of like that mindset of lineage, but they cannot use this. They cannot tie lineage to citizenship unless you're gonna tell in the pageant bylaws would have to be you have to have lineage going 2, 3 generations back to be South African. You have to put that in the bylaws. But once you're born South African with a South African passport, they cannot deny that person's citizenship and saying that they're not South African. If you want to put it in the bylaws so that you have to have lineage, well, you can do that. But that's you should the fact that she's in the competition says a lot that she qualifies in all the areas that she need to be qualified to even enter the pageantry in the first place. And this is what a colonized mindset looks like. People like these who are telling this young lady she's not South African, that's what a colonized mindset is. These are the people who will rather the country burn than actually do right by the country. Hence the reason why the South African government is so fragmented. You have over 11 different parties in South Africa currently, and the votes spread out because of what? Because of tribalism, black people fighting against other black people, other tribes fighting against tribalism. I don't even like that word, but it's a thing because I'm Zulu, I don't like this other tribe. But no, we shouldn't. Instead of focusing on our differences, we must find what we have in common. So you're telling me, and just as how they are fighting against this young lady from to be removed from the pageantry, says a lot because they only do this at the base level. They don't do it on the higher level because if you can take if you take any celebrity and when they trace their roots back to Africa, they accept them with open arms, saying "Welcome home." That's what they do. Even though that person is not, they don't know nothing about the continent, never been there, but because they are rich and they are a celebrity, and they say, "Oh, I trace my lineage back to Ghana, so I'm a Ghanaian." They accept that person as a Ghanaian, like Steve Harvey. They just gave him citizenship, and they are saying he's a Ghanaian. So how is it they can give a black person from America, give him citizenship and saying he's a Ghanaian, but someone who's actually born in the country, you're telling that person he's not a South African? As an example, you see and the same people who is saying she's not South African, I guarantee you, if she wins the Miss Universe competition, all of a sudden they're gonna say yes, she's South African, we love her, and those kind of talks. But some people have a colonized mindset. They have they see they have these racist eyes that they use to view the world, and sometimes it's also what they are following someone. Their friends say this, so they go. This is not sometimes what they think themselves. They are just going to fall to peer pressure to be in this group. They say, okay, I'm gonna agree with them, even though they know it's wrong. God, this is wrong on so many levels. You cannot tell an African with African heritage, lineage, two different other African nations, he's not an African. He's not a South African. And this starts from that same politician, Gaito Mackenzie, who's saying, oh, foreigners coming to South Africa and they are foreigners and they're taking all the jobs and we need to get rid of them. He's talking about his neighbors, Nigerians, Zimbabweans, Ghanaians. Those are the people he's calling foreigners. But yet, he's in a government that's actually with foreigners, European lineage, the DA party. He's actually working with these people. He likes these people. Some of these, just to dive it a little bit, some of these DA party members put on blackface. He doesn't know nothing about that. Some of these ministers in the DA party blatantly call black people monkeys and other names. He doesn't say nothing about those people. But you're gonna come and he actually come in and say, oh, you have to look into it and say if she's South African and if she's not, if what they're saying is true, well, it's a problem. How you can say that as a minister of arts and sports when you have white people in your government who blatant style us as monkeys and do blackface, and you said nothing to these people, but you're gonna want to come and attack this young, beautiful young lady from representing her country on the world stage. South Africa have so much issues, but no, you choose to come to talk about a specific citizen of South Africa who you want to, because maybe it's a story that got blown up. You want to maybe use it as a clout to make yourself be more known. This is xenophobia. This is the height of it. You cannot. Well, no, I can't say cannot, 'cause they done it. They have done it. They cannot use colonized mindset and a colonized eyes to paint another black person as less than to represent Africa on a whole on the world stage. How is whatever she accomplished and achieves on the world stage will shine a light on the continent. Why would you want to take that from her or deny her that just because her father is not Nigerian, her father is not South African? Is that hatred between South Africa and Nigeria that strong that they rather tell her to go to Nigeria? And you have people telling her go to Nigeria and go and try and go and be Miss Nigeria. You have people saying that. Most likely she can get dual citizenship, even though she was born in South Africa. Her father is Nigerian, so she can get her passport because of her father from Nigeria. So she have dual citizenship. And you're telling this young lady she cannot represent South Africa, she can only represent Nigeria. So now what? We are pick and choosing who are Africans. That's what these people are telling me. Well, again, the beauty about this is not a wide majority of people. It's just a couple thousand people. That's a good thing. But on the wider spectrum, we're seeing this in the past election where the government is so fragmented. They rather work with the DA party than work with another black party. That shows and says a lot. The differences between these parties is not great, but because of power, they rather work with the enemy, with the colonizers, and put their own brothers and sisters out. You see, these colonizers are these other people. Their population is growing steadily, and they are having and that population support that party 100%. But we now have our support fragmented to where they focus on our they focus on what they not they focus they're more focused on the dislikes than the likes. They rather focus on what tears apart than what we have in common. To make we need to do this to make a face. This divides us. This come together, find common ground and work together. is what we need. This is a symbol of strength instead of this. This one was over here, this one was over here. While the one in the middle steadily rising to the top. We're going to have a problem with the DA party soon if we continue with this fragmented thinking. I'm better than you. I'm colored. We need more representation. I'm South African. You're not from here. You're Nigerian. You're Zimbabwean. And if we continue like this, I'm more educated than you. So I'm better than you. I'm high color. So I'm better than you. I have nice hair. So I have straight hair. I'm better than you. You have grippy hair. You're uneducated. You know, these kind of mentality, we need to get out of that colonized mentality because that's what's causing our some of our biggest problem on the continent is this colonized eyes and these colonized minds that some of our people have. But there's light at the end of the tunnel because we have a lot of countries on the continent that's currently actually working together, forming a band, coming together, and actually making changes. So that's a good thing. But in majority of the time, the the most arrogant people voices are always the loudest. Notice it. The smallest group is always the loudest. Because they bark so much. Yeah, that's why. So it may make it seem as if we are divided on a large margin, but it's actually getting better and better. We're not there yet, but soon enough. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. What do you think about the South Africans going against their own because of lineage instead of coming together as she's a young black dual citizenship young lady, half Nigerian, half South African. And not even half. One third South African, one third Nigerian, and one third Mozambique. And she her mother's from so that's Trini. That's that's what we need. That's the coming. That's what a little bit from here, a little bit from there, for us to become whole. Nothing is wrong with that because the entire continent is one anyway. It's the 1980 is the 1895 Berlin Accord is what divided Africa and have us as different tribes. When it was one, but they divide it up, carve it up, and then make sure this country goes against this country. That country goes against that country. They made sure of that because the colonizers think centuries ahead, while we thinking to the next election cycle. Ah boy, we need to get out of that fast. Anyway, let me know what you think about that in the comment section. As I always don't know, if you like this video, you don't know what to do. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Boom.